Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Kellen here with Droid Life. So we've got a product in front of us today that's a little bit different than the stuff we normally cover. Now, it is an Android Wear watch, which is something we do, but it's different in the fact that this is a luxury good, or technically a luxury good. So this is indeed the TAG Heuer Connected, which is TAG Heuer, the Swiss luxury watch maker. This is their first smartwatch. It's called the Connected. It was announced and released this week, actually. So we went in and picked one up because, well, it runs Android, and that's what we do is cover Android stuff on a daily basis. But we also picked it up because it's an interesting product, right? This is the first sort of luxury smartwatch. Now, I know Apple's making watches that cost tens of thousands of dollars, but those are also from Apple. They're not from an actual watch company. So this one's important, I think, just because it's a Swiss watchmaker, sort of understanding that maybe smartwatches could be important while we're still, at least in my opinion, figuring out if smartwatches actually have a place in our life. TAG Heuer thinks they might. And so they've created one, and they're essentially the first big time watchmaker to do so. And so it's kind of a big deal. So what we're going to do is unbox it, show you guys kind of the unboxing experience when you buy a luxury timepiece. And then we'll get into reviewing it, and we'll let you know eventually down the road if you should really consider spending $1,500 on a TAG smartwatch, which is how much this costs. It costs $1,500. So anyways, we're going to jump in now, unbox, and we'll start working on things. So if you pick up a luxury watch, just in general, the box and packaging experience is always kind of a big deal. And so I kind of wanted to walk through this all with you so you guys can see this. I do actually own a normal TAG watch, and it comes with a box and papers and all of that stuff. So this is kind of a similar experience, but I just wanted to point out maybe some of the differences. So when you buy luxury watches and things like that, they kind of go over the top with packaging and certifications and serial number cards and warranty cards and feature cards and all this stuff. They want you to know that what you bought is legit and is the real deal, and sort of reinforce that you spent a lot of money on it. So like number one, you get this big envelope. That says like where the TAG Heuer boutiques are in case you need servicing and things like that. And when you open it up, there is a giant thank you card. So you have a giant thank you card that talks a little bit about history and TAG Heuer, and then back here you have a return policy and sizing policy and sort of all this stuff. Like they go out of their way to print big cards and give you things like this. And then this must be my receipt since I did order it online. So that's one part of the deal here. And then the second part is they typically package things in really nice materials. You'll see leather wrap boxes and wood boxes and things that are embellished and really over the top. And that's just part of the deal. You spend thousands of dollars on watches and they try to treat you right. With this package, it's actually a little bit different. This thing is totally cardboard. It's also I would give it sort of a futuristic technological look, if you will. It's got this sort of blue exterior, and it's got the dotted design here, which I believe is in reference to the band, because I believe the band has sort of a perforated appearance with holes in it. And a lot of TAG Heuer's rubber bands do have that, and I believe that's what's on this watch. So you get that, but like I said, this one is cardboard, which is a little new. So here is the box on the inside. They put external cases on top of boxes and things. Like I said, when you buy luxury watches, they kind of go a little over the top. So we'll pull that off, slide that over here. So here is the TAG International Guarantee card. And so on the back, it talks about where I bought it. So I bought it on the online boutique, and I think that's probably my reference number or something. Normally you would see model number, depending on the watch, purchase date, serial number, and who bought it. And so they would fill out a lot of that stuff, actually. If you bought it in person, or if this was just a normal Swiss watch, they put all that stuff on there for servicing and all that stuff, so you can prove that it's yours and you have your warranty and all that stuff. So that comes with luxury watches. Now we've got the sort of unboxing experience from there. And so we'll sort of fold this down. You can see there's like a foam lining in here for protection. They also use this sort of light styrofoam. And then here is the watch. So I'm going to pull it out. Underneath is the TAG Heuer Connected, also international guarantee. I thought this might be some sort of a guide, but it's more safety stuff. So that's under there as well. And this is actually funny. The styrofoam is actually attached to the box. So whoever closed this kind of did a poor job. Actually, it is on both sides. So I'm going to have to pop that to get it out. I'm just going to be ripping it. All right. Anyway, I ripped it. So here is then the packaging that this comes in. So kind of cool. A different take on a box from TAG. Most of their boxes are square as far as I know, and sort of a soft, almost faux leather or leathery finish. This is quite different. It's like a little plastic see-through lock box. So kind of cool. TAG Heuer logo also says TAG Heuer here on this buckle, and it is see-through all the way around. So again, different. Watch boxes are always sort of fun to play with. If you open up inside, you again have another layer of foam for protection. So we'll pull that off. And then here is the watch. And so it's sort of in its own blue see-through compartment. This must be, just some purchase and probably warranty and serial SKUs and things like that. So we'll set that there. Inside here, I'm going to go ahead and assume this little box must be the charger. And sure enough, it is. So power adapter, charging plate. So this does sort of have that pin charging plate experience that you've seen with a number of other smartwatches. So TAG branding there, pin charging adapter. And then in here is the USB cable to connect from adapter to charging plate. So there is that. That's the charging experience. And then in here, this is a cleaning cloth, I believe. Yep, looks like a cleaning cloth, or maybe it's even a little bag. Guess we can find out. This is a $1,500 watch. We might as well find out, right? It is, yeah, it's a cleaning cloth. So cleaning cloth with TAG branding on there as well. All right, put all of that aside. Let's get to the watch. So watch. So it's on kind of it's like a foam squeezy ball. That's how it was actually attached in there through these holes, which is actually kind of neat. In case you need a stress reliever throughout the day. So let's get that out of there and start packing all of this away so we can do a clean look at the watch here. All right, so when you pull one of these watches out of the box, and sorry about that, I know I cut away, but I wanted to take the tag off. It was driving me insane. So anyways, when you pull one of these out of the box, there's protective coverings on everything. You can see even the clasp down here has a blue sticker on it. The front has a fully wrapped plastic sort of case on here. So I'm just going to take that off. And then under that, you have another piece of plastic covering. So we'll take that off. Nothing on the bottom. You even have a little sort of crown guard thing here so the button doesn't push in. And then we do have these stickers. We'll take those off, and they're everywhere, so I'm probably not going to take all of them off at the moment. But so this is it. This is the TAG Heuer Connected. So let's power it on and see if it has any juice. It may not. Oh, there we go. So there's the TAG logo. So in terms of specs, just to run through those, you have a 1.5-inch circular transflective LCD display. It is 360 by 360 resolution. Obviously, it's touch. It's scratch resistant sapphire. I always struggle to say that. Scratch resistant sapphire on the top. So that's something you get when you just buy a decent watch. You get scratch resistant sapphire, so you shouldn't be able to scratch the front of this display. It is 46 millimeter diameter, so it is a big watch. So it's sort of like the Moto 360 I reviewed, which is quite big. Although the thickness here, it is 12.8 millimeters thick, which is, you can see there, it's a pretty thick watch. And we'll have some videos, some comparisons to some of the other Android Wear watches as well. It only weighs 52 grams. So it's actually pretty light. I believe it's titanium, the case. Let me see. Yeah, it's titanium. And so it's actually quite light. While it's a big watch, it doesn't really feel that watch. It has anti-fingerprint coating and things like that. And so, yeah, there's sort of a tour. You can see it's got angles. It's definitely sort of a technologically forward design here. It's just got sharp angles. It's not really that minimal. It sort of pays homage to their Carrera line. It's almost like a racing style watch. The bezel doesn't move, by the way, in case you were wondering. Bezel isn't moving. You do have your crown over here, which does have the TAG logo on it as well. On the back, if you can see this, you'll notice there's no heart rate sensor, so it is lacking that. There's your charging pins. You do have a TAG logo, the Intel Inside logo as well, because it is running an Intel chip. And then here is that TAG black rubber band, which I made reference to earlier about it being the design on the side of the box. So there is that. You do have a titanium clasp down here as well, which may or may not snap because there's stickers on it. So there is a look at the clasp, which is quite thick, actually. It's quite a thick clasp. I do need to size this thing. So let me throw this here on wrist so you guys can see it. And I have quite small wrists, so you can see this thing needs to be sized badly. So we'll get that snapped in, but I'll just sort of show it to you on wrist here. Yeah, it's big. You know, I have small wrists, so a 46 millimeter watch is too big for me, although it doesn't fit terribly. You know, the lugs are definitely sort of aiding to it fitting a little bit better, but you know, it's big, it's thick, it's wide, it has a big wide band. So yeah, that's pretty much your look at it. In terms of the rest of the specs, it does have a gig of RAM. It has that 1.6 gigahertz dual core Intel processor on the inside. It has 4 gig of onboard storage. It is IP67 splash proof. Has a microphone, and you can get different colors in the band, although right now black is pretty much all that's available. Has a 2-year warranty. We'll talk more about that in just 1 second. Has a 410 milliamp hour battery, and TAG expects this to last about a day. So it's not going to get you 3 or 4 or 5 days. You can't manually wind it or anything like that. It doesn't have like some Swiss automatic movement behind it or anything. It's definitely a computer in here, just like your normal smartwatch. So there it is on wrist. And again, I do need to size this, but yeah, that's it. This is the TAG Heuer Connected. I did mention the warranty. So this is sort of the unique thing here. You get a 2-year warranty with this, right? And so it's covered for 2 years. At the end of that warranty period, TAG Heuer will let you upgrade, if you will, to one of its actual Swiss movement watches, an automatic watch, one of the Carrera line. But you do have to pay another $1,500. So you're essentially getting, well, you're paying $1,500 for this guy, and you're getting a smartwatch that, you know, probably won't last you 2 years. But once that 2 years is up, you can then pay another $1,500 and get a Carrera watch. So a real watch, not a smartwatch. And so, you know, that could be attractive. If you're a TAG fan, that could be an attractive option. Or maybe you want to buy your first luxury timepiece. That could be an option as well. But anyways, it's sort of interesting. And it's almost like TAG's admitting that, you know, smartwatches probably won't last that long. And so we'll give you one now because it's the hot thing at the moment. But in the end, we're going to want you to just buy one of our regular watches anyway. So anyway, it's interesting. So this has just been a quick look, an unboxing of the $1,500 TAG Heuer Connected. We'll give it a review and let you guys know what we think. If this is something you should consider at all, or if you should just stick to the other Android Wear watches from Motorola and Huawei, or maybe even Samsung's Gear S2. So anyways, if you guys have comments, questions, or, you know, want to see anything in particular with this watch, let us know. Otherwise, we are Droid Life. Peace.